Before the first line of dialogue even lands, the trailer for Is God Is has already done something. Most Hollywood films spend 2 hours trying to accomplish it, makes you feel like you've been burned. Orion Pictures and Amazon MGM Studios dropped the first official trailer for Is God Is this week, and the response was immediate. Audiences, critics, and industry insiders alike were stopped cold by what they saw. Set to Beyoncé's Yaya from the Cowboy Carter album, the footage announced itself not as a teaser, but as a declaration, 3 words printed like a warning across the screen: redemption, revenge, rage. The film is scheduled for an exclusive theatrical release on May 15. At the center of the story are twin sisters Racine and Anaya, played by Cara Young and Mallori Johnson, both bound together by a history of shared trauma and set in motion by a command that cannot be ignored. Their mother, known only as She, referred to by her daughters simply as God, lies in a hospital bed, her body still carrying the scars of a fire that disfigured all 3 of them years ago. Before she dies, she gives her daughters one final directive: find the father who set her ablaze and make him answer for it. From that moment, Is God Is becomes something far less tidy than a revenge thriller. It becomes a myth. The film marks the feature directorial debut of playwright Alesha Harris, who also wrote the screenplay, adapting her own acclaimed 2016 stage play of the same name. The play, which earned Harris an Obie Award and widespread critical praise for its genre-defying structure, followed the twins on a journey from the northeast down to the south and eventually out west, a roadmap that translated naturally into cinematic form. Harris has spoken about the deliberate choice to draw from Greek tragedy as a structural foundation, while populating the story with characters who look and speak like her. The result is a film that pulls from mythology, the spaghetti, western, Afro-punk, and buddy comedy simultaneously, a genre that exists entirely on its own terms. Harris told Essence in an exclusive interview that the creative freedom she found writing the original play became the engine for everything that followed. There's no flavor of storytelling that's off limits to Black people, she said, describing how the project liberated her from the instinct to write what she assumed would be accepted. The screenplay went through multiple years of development, including a producer partnership that did not work out before she found the right collaborators: Tessa Thompson and Kishori Rajan of Viva Mode, Reva Marker of Linden Entertainment, and filmmaker Janitza Bravo. Together they brought the script to Orion at Amazon MGM Studios, where it was ultimately greenlit. The ensemble cast assembled around Young and Mallori Johnson is one of the most striking elements of the project. Vivica A. Fox portrays She, the burn-scarred mother, whose deathbed command sets the entire story in motion. Sterling K. Brown plays the father, the film's primary antagonist, a role that positions him in conspicuous contrast to the empathetic, morally grounded characters he has become known for across his career. In the trailer, viewers never see his face fully, only his footsteps, his mouth, a posture that radiates something calculated and cold. The restraint makes it more unsettling, not less. Yanel Monet, Erica Alexander, Michael T. Williamson, and Josiah Cross round out a cast that Harris described building deliberately surrounding 2 breakout younger actresses with performers who carry weight and history on screen. Harris reflected on how she cast the 2 leads in particular, noting that chemistry was the deciding factor. She had known Cara Young from a prior reading, and once Mallori Johnson entered the process, the decision became clear. They were able to just really work off of each other beautifully, Harris told Essence. And they were able to play a lot of nuance, which I needed for the twins. The plan to pair them with more established names, Fox, Brown, Monet, was intentional, designed to give the film a gravitational pull that a debut feature might not otherwise command. Transitioning from playwright to film director required Harris to rebuild her instincts in real time. She has spoken candidly about approaching the process as a learner, spending time in writers' rooms and studying screenplays before she felt she understood what the medium demanded differently from the stage. One key lesson: the camera does not need as much language as a theater audience does. Where a stage play can sustain dense, dialogue-heavy passages, film requires the image to carry weight. Intimacy on screen is constructed through lens choice, proximity, and framing tools that function entirely differently from the spatial and vocal dynamics of live theater. Another adjustment came in managing takes. Brown himself offered Harris a piece of direction early on. If the take count reaches double digits, there are too many takes. She took it seriously and built her on-set process around clarity of vision and economy of coverage, critical given the production's tight schedule. What makes the trailer land with such force is not any single element but the way those elements fuse. The Beyoncé soundtrack choice is not incidental. Yaya carries a defiance and a history that mirrors the film's tone exactly. The biblical cadence of the revenge framework, an eye for an eye rendered as maternal commandment, gives the sisters' mission a weight that feels ancient. And the decision to withhold Brown's face in the trailer is a move that speaks to Harris's understanding of how to build dread without exhausting it. The audience is being handed a mythology and told to follow it into the dark. Is God Is opens exclusively in theaters on May 15 from Orion Pictures and Amazon MGM Studios. Now the question comes to you. When you see a filmmaker step out of one medium and command another this confidently on her very first attempt, does it change how you think about what's possible in cinema? And which performance are you watching most closely, Cara Young and Mallori Johnson as the twins, Vivica A., Fox as their dying, vengeful mother, or Sterling K., Brown finally letting the villain out? Drop your answer in the comments below, and if this story has you as locked in as we are, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss a single update as May 15 gets closer.